Good evening, VPG! Monday nights can only mean one thing, a little bit later than usual, but we're still here. And it's not just Domino waiting to make the perfect cup of tea, it is because the VPG UK Premier has finished. And what a finish it was, Domino. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but we'll let you know what we've got in store tonight. It is the first game, semi-final time, UK Pro Series. It is Black Sheep versus TRANMERE. TRANMERE we had on last week. Absolutely set the stream on flames. They'll be looking to do that again tonight against their UK Premier opponents in Black Sheep. And then the night goes purple because it is VPG Esports Premier time. It is ROTE versus League Leaders Regnum BODRUM. That is your 8:45 tonight. Probably closer to 9 o'clock if I'm totally honest. By the time we get connected to all these games, etc. And then the main event of the evening. It is Class taking on Team GMASK, third place Team GMASK. That one's going to be a banger because, to be honest, Class don't really have all that much to play for. They currently sit 18th in the league, but we know they're a really good side. So they'll be looking to play party poopers tonight against Team GMASK, who are looking for that B2B in the VPG Esports Premier. Domino, they are all my talking parts done. Welcome, obviously. Long time no see. Black Sheep versus TRANMERE up first. Domino, talk me through this one.
That is the longest time we have gone on the stream and you haven't introduced me. I'm just going to say this for the people watching 8 Ball. First of all, I think you've got to do your job slightly better because as well as the teams, I am part of the main event 8 Ball. I make this stream what it should be. So I'm just saying you should include me more in the presentation. But enough about us, 8 Ball. Enough about us.
Oh yeah, definitely about us, yes.
You asked me a hard-hitting question. Black Sheep versus TRANMERE. Mate, it's the first time I got to see them. I'm not concerned, 8 Ball, but we've got that affiliation with Lewis FIFA and he set the stream on fire. The guy was absolutely incredible. It's a shame to see him not up front. I'm not too sure the reason being, but
unconfirmed.
If someone in the chat could know. But other than that, 8 Ball, he was their figurehead, but their team played collectively. They were excellent. And it's the first time we've seen them, and they're knocking it around at a high quality. But Black Sheep 8 Ball, we've seen them multiple times on the channel. They are no walkovers. They've got some unbelievable players. Barry, Hannix, to name a few, 8 Ball. Shea Brennan at the back as well. Matt D in goal. They are players, 8 Ball, in this team. And to be fair, semi-finals, business end. Love it.
Yeah. And it's the UK Pro Series, as we mentioned. So, again, they're looking for points for qualification into that VPG UK LAN event that is going on first week in July. So, if your team has not qualified for it, or this is the first you're hearing about it, yeah, make sure you can get along to it, because chances are you probably won't be playing if you'll fall into one of those two categories, but make sure you come along anyway, because it's a great event, and even just from a social side of things, it's a spectacle nonetheless. And if all that fails, you get to see us. So yeah, what more do you want? And it's free. I've been told it's free. If that's not right,
what?
If that's not right, I'll pay your ticket. What? One per view. One per viewer. But yeah, going back to exactly what you said, Domino, we'll start with Black Sheep. They finished 6th in the UK Prem, which I think they'll be disappointed with deep down. They've had some troubles with availability and getting a team together, and we can probably see that from their starting 11. They're obviously missing their talisman, their centre forward Dadabayor, who's actually moved on, and they're also missing their manager. So normally when you're missing your manager, normally something's gone awry. So I know they've struggled for availability for a number of reasons. So a bit of a slow finish to the season for the Black Sheep boys. Just 3 wins in their last 10. But Domino, you said it yourself. Barry and Hannix still starting, still leading that line. I strongly believe, this is no disrespect to Kano whatsoever, because I have not seen him play up front before. He's a quality player. I've never seen him play up front. I genuinely believe me and you, Domino, with those two either side of us could do a job up front, because they are quality players and they could make anyone look good. So semi-final,
me and you were playing.
semi-final, Kano's gonna step up, run the game. I could just see it now. But yeah, the usual suspects are still there, Domino, like you said. The likes of Matt D23 and Bread Shearer, Lee Jack on either flank, I think is going to be really important for this Black Sheep side. And yeah, Tranmere, obviously we don't know why Lewis isn't playing, so again, let us know. But C. Brennan stepped up, the gaffer, filled in that striker spot alongside Smith, who I know we kind of jokingly said, you know, he was like the second striker. He is the manager, by the way. He's also top rated. And got 101 goal contributions this season. So again, no slacking whatsoever on that front. I feel like C. Brennan stepped up. That's a really good replacement. And James E. McSarah stepped into centre midfield as well. A player who I've been looking for all season. So been playing fullback for Phoenix. Haven't seen him for a very long time. Pops up in the semi-final. And that's just, yeah, I think in terms of Tranmere filling in spaces, I think they've done pretty well there, Domino.
Oh, mercenaries, 8-ball. Absolute mercenaries. I love it.
Right then, so it is Tranmere who finished second in the UK Championship, 1 point behind Wizardry. They will be playing in the UK Premier next season. 67 plus goal difference in 26 games for them. 7 games unbeaten, scoring 25 goals in that time. Taking on, though, Domino, Black Sheep, who need no stats. I do have them. I'll say them during the game just so you believe I've got them, but they need no introduction is my main point. And here we go. Black Sheep in all black.
Nice, 8-ball. I like it.
And Tranmere kicking us off in the all white from right to left. There is a league's difference between these two sides. Let's see if it matters tonight. Semi-final time, and it is FG versus Patronus in that other semi-final as well.
Ooh.
If anyone's got eyes on that in the chat, let us know. Here is Smith, Vipers Ken dispossesses. C. Brennan, the gaffer, gives it to James E. McSarah. Right wing is Sam, swings it in to the opposite flank. Cleared out only as far as Sean. Brennan picks it up, good feet. Early pressure from Tranmere, tries to get in the box. It's still not clear. Llewellyn gives it to Smith. Hits it first time. I'll pretend Matt D knew that was going wide, Dominic.
Yeah, and 8-ball, I think if you were Tranmere, this is how you'd start the game. You know Black Sheep are manager down. There's positions that have been filled that are not probably their normal positions. They are a league higher, but you've told me their stats, 8-ball. They're working on a little bit of low confidence here. If I was Tranmere, no respect, you're getting after them nice and quick, because you know Black Sheep have got the players to hurt you and you don't want them to get into a flow. Right now they're probably on a little bit of low confidence, but they can build that into the game. So Tranmere do really need to start suffocating the ball away from them and not let them have possession here, and that's great work here by Tranmere. Back on the attack, 8-ball with Smith. Smith tries to do some trickery in the midfield and gets dispossessed. Ball goes long, should be eaten up, and it is.
Picked back up by Hayden for this Black Sheep side. Centre half, pinging it out to the left back. Bread Shearing, you'll always recognise him. He's got that ginger afro. Comes up against Sam, loses out against Sam, drops it off to Jamesy, swings it in, not for the first time, probably not the last. Jockin does well, gets it to JC. Looking for runners, instead gives it off to his left back. Good work from Black Sheep, building through with Nimmer. Here is Barry, one of the two danger men with pinpointed Domino. Him and Hannix on either flank.
Yeah, I like the one thing that I'm always impressed with Barry is he's never afraid to get the ball and square his counterpart up.
Yeah,
I like players that are aggressive in the way they press forward, and Barry is definitely one of those players. Always exciting to see.
Plenty of white shirts left
ball
forward.
retention.
I like it.
Not the greatest ball retention for Barry, but I would get my winger trying to take on the full back or the centre back any day of the week.
Yeah, he's a direct player, and I think that's a good thing, because Black Sheep recognise they've got two wingers who will get you, 30, 40 goal contributions a season, but you can only really hit those heights if you do have that freedom, and my God, do those two have that freedom, and my God, do they take up that freedom. But it is goalless after 21 minutes. Semi-final, there's bound to be some toing and fro in, Domino, as both these sides find their feet. No massive openings or chances just yet from two, I'm going to say, free scoring sides. I mean, certainly Tranmere, don't get me wrong, they're in the champ. So you're probably expecting them, especially finishing so high, to be banging in the goals. But Black Sheep, as we know, love a goal or two as well. Oh, and we spoke about their availability issues, Domino. I'm just looking at the Esports Premier table. They've only played 32 games out of 50. This is the last week of the season, boys and girls. So they're going to have to play 18 games this season by my rusty maths. Enjoy that one, boys. Enjoy that one. Maybe we'll stay with them for the rest of the night, Dominic, because they'll be playing till midnight most nights.
Yeah, it's always one with the reschedules, April. But that's a very high number. Very high number.
I think there might be some defaults there, if I'm totally honest. Kano, very rare touch for that man so far. I mean, we joked about having me and you up front, Domino. I mean, not if we're not touching the ball. I don't want to be up front.
No.
Here he is, Kano, edge of the box, shifts it onto that right foot. Yeah, initially good feet, couldn't get the shot away. Tranmere proving they're not just goal scorers.
I do like what Kano's doing. We're going to see it now if he's going to start dropping into the hole a bit. But I like a striker that's, again, he's not touching the ball, but he's maintaining his position, 8 ball. Black Sheep are having too much in front of them. But again, I like how he's holding his position and still giving them that option and not coming back and trying to get touch the ball. He is their figurehead and he needs to stay there. Ball gets whipped in. And knockdown was on. He just couldn't get his head to it.
He's got quite a tall build on as well, actually. I mean, that's not my signal for Tranmere to call heights at half-time, of course, but it looks like he's matching up with the centre-halves well. He's got an afro on, which, you know, I still think unofficially helps.
Just got to, April.
Well, look at Class Doyle, Domino. Afro wins headers, wins headers. Tuanze wins headers, afro. It's just one of those things. Here is Chris C on this near side, gets it through to Llewellyn. Down the line it goes, good ball, back to Chris C. Again, quite a tall build for him as well. Swings it in to the back post. Brett Sheeran, speaking of afros, gets his afro on the end of it. And as the longer I look at this, Dominic, the more I'm noticing there's a lot of players with afros, I can't lie. Smith, without afro.
They learn this later. They learn this later on. If you haven't got an afro, you can't win the ball in the air. It's a fact.
No afro, no play.
Oh,
Jamesy McSir. We warned you. We warned you. Smithy gets to the byline. No cross from him. Gives it to Jamesy McSir. Thought he might put it in first time. Gets caught and gives it to Kano, though. Good work from him. Trying to get his team up the pitch. Gained about 60 yards. Cuts back. Reluctant to cross because he would usually be the focal point. Caught on it, though. Hannix gives it to JC. Blocked. And Jamesy McSir back from centre midfield. Gets it over his own crossbar. Looming is half-time. So a goal here would be a bitter sting.
I need to see who the afro is in the purple label, because I tell you what, defending there, absolutely fantastic. Cut out the through ball and block the shot. Very, very well done.
Rackers does well. Is there time for another attack? Ooh. No, there is not. And we are goalless at half-time. Normally I say not through want of trying, but I genuinely think it was probably through want of trying, because it's a semi-final, Domino, and we definitely didn't see Tranmere nervous last week in the quarter-final because they scored a hatful of goals, and I don't think I've ever known Black Sheep be nervous for any game, because most of their players have been there, done it. They've designed the t-shirts themselves and bought them themselves. So it's a strange game, and I fully expect it to do one of two things in this second half, Domino. It's either going to explode and we're going to get a 3-2, or it's 0-0. We're going all the way on this one.
Yeah, and the thing is, 8-ball, one team does need to take the ball by the horns here, because it is 0-0. It's a cup game. You can't just resign yourself for a point. It does look like they're both a bit gun-shy at the minute. Mainly retaining the ball instead of creating a chance. I think it will open up in the second half, because 8-ball, it has to. There's a certain time you can be conservative, and there's a certain time you need to go and press the action. I think both teams are in the category where they're kind of playing the same pattern of football. It's which team decides to come out of first gear first, really. I think Tranmere have looked the tidier team on the ball to try and make a chance work, but Black Sheep have grown back into the game, and that is excellent ball through to Kano. He's got his man. 8 ball, great running by the right hand side. I think it was Hanix there. 8 ball. He got in front of his man. I thought the ball was going to come through to Taylor, but Taylor tried to run his man a little bit and just lost it there. But good intent there by Black Sheep and great intent running it back high up again.
Yeah, we're seeing that intent early doors, which is what we call for at half time. It's almost a case of who's going to blink first in this game, but as soon as one team does blink, Domino, expect the floodgates to open, because nobody wants to go home in a semi-final. They want to make that big day out. That will be next Monday, by the way, the final. So make sure you stick around for that. That will be the last stream of season number 13. The ball over the top again to Barry. Breaks into the box. What has he got in terms of skill? But Sam does well, tracking back from that right midfield area.
Oh, I thought he just had enough whip on that.
KP's in the chat. Snake. Good to see you, KP. Thanks for stopping by. And the Don is here. Big up PC.
I thought
Dubs.
it was.
There's
I saw Unsal 8 ball. I saw Unsal. I was like, is that the Don? I was just waiting for 8 ball to know, because 8 ball knows everyone. He's a man in the know.
No Don on stream tonight. No Don, no pie.
I've got a shirt that says
Get on the shirt. Here we go. Chris C into the box for Tranmere. Back to Llewellyn's back post. Brad Sheeran once again gets his afro on it. JC Riley's having a good game. Heads it down into Nimmer, who I imagine will be taking charge of this side tonight. One of the more experienced heads. I mean, I've got plenty of experienced heads on this side. That's why they are such a dangerous team, Domino. But so far, so good for Tranmere, matching them stride for stride. Speaking of strides, here is Hanix on that far side. Quiet game for his high standards. He did one. He got the corner. He did him once. Came back for some more. Wins the corner for his side, though. A chance to load the box with those experienced heads. With some afros, maybe. Swings it. Edge of the box. Trudini gets rid. Hanix gives him a little push in the back. There's that experience, Domo. Turns his man. Good turn of pace. Swings it in. MXCR gets rid. C. Brennan, great ball to this near side. Sam, who's having a good industrious game on this near side. The number 9 in the white shirt. Down the line it goes. Nice orange ball this evening, by the way. Just like Brett Sheeran's head. Kano gets absolutely surrounded there. Nimmer almost gets his pocket pinched, but Black Sheep keep the ball. Big switch from Brett Sheeran. Takes it down, does Hanix to Jacko, is right back. Just getting a bit scrappy now. We're definitely falling into that category, Domino, of it's looking likely to be a 0-0 going all the way here. We thought it might be one of two things, either 3-2, an absolute goal fest, or it just continues that way of the first half in I want to say scrappy, because it's not scrappy whatsoever, but it's two sides who do not want to lose this game.
No, and that's an 8 ball, and I think a lot of the times they're both playing a similar routine. I mean, they're forcing the teams, both of them, to go to the byline and get the ball in the box. Defence have just been too organised and they've cleared everything. Even these deep crosses in here, 8 ball, they haven't been that damaging for both teams. Both teams are trying that method. The knockdowns coming back. I mean, the cross haven't been there, but the defensive lines have been fantastic, which we say time in, time out at 8 ball. It just maybe needs to change the routine and the flow of the game. Instead of going down the byline, going through the heart. Easier said than done, 8 ball, but at the minute it's too easy for both teams to pick up a pattern. That was a good foul, 8 ball. That was a good foul.
It was a good foul.
Fair play.
It was a good foul.
Unless it's a red card.
He initially gave the ball away. He made up for it. Oh my God, it's a red card. It's not a red card, is it? And we were just saying what a good game JC was having. And it's an injustice. He gave the ball away. He took the man down. It was a yellow card. Say no more. I wouldn't have even said anything, Domino, if you hadn't brought it up. But
well, the thing is, it wasn't a professional foul, 8 ball. It was a slide tackle from the back. So, do you know what I mean? FIFA has different ways of interpreting that. And yeah, it's a reaction, 8 ball. You're going to take him down. The R1X was on. Yeah, the R1X was on. But again, the mechanics there, 8 ball let him down. And
here we go then.
He wasn't very cute with it. He wasn't cute with it.
Tranmere.
But massive chance here, 8 ball.
Tranmere with their tails up. 15 minutes to find a goal that would fire them into the final. The winner of FG or Patronus, waiting for the winner of this. And is it a case now of Black Sheep just trying to get to 90 minutes and trying to get to penalties, or are they not the type of side to do that, Domino?
No, I don't think they're going to play 4 penalties 8 ball. I think when there's chances are right, they're going to take them. So they're not going to take it into the corner or time waste. I think they're going to be a bit more conservative than they have been already with their play 8 ball. Not take too many risks whilst they're on the ball. Not try and force the issue of the game. Saying that now, Kane has got the ball 8 ball. He tries to slide the pass through. I thought there was an option to take that shot early. Use the run as a bit of a decoy, or take it on yourself as a bit of a decoy. But unfortunate with the run. But I tell you what, since BLACKSHEEP went a man down 8 ball, they've got a bit between their teeth at the minute.
That's it. Yeah, good tracking from Drew Deeney on Hannix. I mean, he knew he was going to be facing him last night when he was going to bed, Domino, and maybe best not to check his highlights for this season because that man has been informed. But matched him so far, 84 minutes. Brennan twists in the box, blocked by Vipers Kenner. Great ball. Jamesy McSur gives it to Sam MC. Block. Jamesy McSur. Past Brett Sheeran he goes. Stabs it into the box. Headed down to the man with the cross. Lee Jacko can't sweep up. It's fallen to Smith and he's put it away. With 4 minutes to go, the 11 men put themselves a goal to the good. BLACKSHEEP have got it all to do now. A man down, a goal down, semi-final, possibly down. Massive finish from the gaffer for Tranmere Smith.
Yeah, 8 ball.
Well.
I think in a situation like that, I mean, yeah, the ball's loose. It kind of feels like who wants it more in those kind of situations. Right position, right time. The ball falls where the ball falls. 8 ball, but take nothing away about the finish. Very composed.
Dizzy, I tell you what, when he came out and he took that cross perfectly, I thought, do you know what, he's not had much to do today, but fair play, he's come out taking that. And then he sat on that ball for a bit too long if I was the Tranmere gaffer there, mate. Knowing what I know about this game, Barry into the box. Dizzy puts it down. Dizzy makes the second save. Dizzy makes the third save. He goes down and his team go into the final. But I tell you what, he recovered, but my God,
that ball could have found itself anywhere.
He almost left himself red-faced there. And what a face it is.
Give himself man of the match for that. Fair play to him.
Tranmere 1, BLACKSHEEP 0. I mean, he got the clean sheet. That's all his team needed in that last 6 minutes. He did it. Let's move on. Tranmere, congratulations. They'll be taking on the winner of FG and Patronus. We'll go and find that out as soon as possible. Try and get you that information on stream. Unfortunately, it's no penalties and it's no extra time as much as.
Sometimes you feel cheated, 8 ball. I know when you get to the 80th minute up 0-0 and someone scores. Sometimes I feel cheated, but Tranmere will not care, 8 ball. But yes, I do feel cheated if you ask me that.
Right then, I mean, we have to move on. Apologies, BLACKSHEEP, Tranmere. A bit of a smash and grab. Not too much to sing about in terms of goal chances, I guess. ROTE Esports, who is the next game, are at half time, so we've got some time to kill. They're currently 4-0 up. Looks like it's a German game though, which I assume it is because the screen's only just about to go purple, Domino. Only just about. That does give us a good time, actually. Tell you what, before we go purple, it does give us a good chance to talk about what happened in the UK Premier. Seeing as we just had BLACKSHEEP, who were involved in the drama of the UK Premier. Tranmere will be playing in it next season. So, right, let's bring this up. And here is the final league table. It is Heritage, as you can see, top by goal difference. 4 goals scored. It's great because VPG has this knack of getting its leagues to finish really closely, and I've got a lot of time for that. But commiserations to Class as well, who missed out by 4 goal difference. So it's definitely a congratulations to Heritage. Class had to wait until the last game of the season when Heritage played BLACKSHEEP. Unfortunately for Class, unfortunately for Heritage, they beat BLACKSHEEP 3-0 and therefore lifted that VPG UK Premier Trophy for what I believe is the first time. If there's any Heritage fans or in fact players, let me know, but I do believe that is the first trophy. And to be fair, Domino, what a season it was for Heritage.
April, we've covered them a couple of times on this channel. They've been a fantastic watch. They've been a very, very good team. Excellent players all around, consistencies in the team sheets. It was a bit surprising when we got to the back end. We saw how well they kept doing. It shouldn't have been a surprise, but for me, when you looked at it and it got to the final weeks, and we started seeing, oh wait, they're in contention there.
Yeah.
And then they had the games in hand, and you're like, well, they can actually do this then. And me and you both sat here 2 weeks ago, saying we'd rather be in Class's position, points on the board instead of the points to get. Everyone would be. Fair play to Heritage, because they did get those points in a great fashion, and yeah, monumental win for them. But again, for the likes like Class and FG that finished off, for Class, mate, when you're losing league titles over goal difference, it's going to sting. It's by the smallest of margins. And what was it, 28-32 with a 3-goal swing in the last game?
Yeah. Exactly.
The finest of margins.
Confirmation that FG lost in the other semi-final. It's not been confirmed yet, but that is the first report. Not suggesting anyone would lie, of course, but we have no way of fact-checking it at the moment. But that would mean a Patronus TRANMERE Cup final, which would be live.
April. What are the odds of that happening? If you put odds on that, what are you saying?
Patronus are UK Prem, so it's not too surprising. TRANMERE have just, yeah, they've been insane this season, but also not in that top league, so perhaps so. It's good. That's going to be an extremely good game between two very, very good sides, and yeah, like I said, we'll be there for that one on Monday. Next Monday is the final stream of the whole season, so make sure you join us. It's a week today. Should start around about the same time as tonight, because UK Premier is done, and that's normally what gets us going, literally gets us going at 8 o'clock. So normally around about 20 past we'll be on if there's no UK Premier. Right, time to turn the lights purple, because it is VPG Esports Premier time, and it is the return of the league leaders, Regnum. There you can see them at the top of the league. Lost only 4 games in 43. 91 points plus 46 goal difference. They are your league leaders. They are the ones to catch at the moment. And as you can see, there's so many teams who have not played the same amount of games as them, which makes this league table very, very difficult to read, and also very, very difficult to predict. So place your bets now in the chat. Who do you think is going to go on to win this league? I mean, Regnum, they've got ROTE away. ROTE are winning 5-0 at the moment, and they're a very, very good side. So it's a potential banana skin, but they have got one of the teams at the bottom of the league next, after this next game, which will be a default. I think it's Besiktas they've got, which is an instant default. So that's another 3 points. So we can already say Regnum are on 94 points at the moment. So they're the team to catch at the moment. I'm looking at the likes of, Fluminense is an obvious one, but they're 6 points behind with no games in hand. So, and then you've got Team GMASK, 2 games in hand. If they win both of those, they go within 2 points. My dodgy maths is correct. And Famicao as well. They win those 2, they go 4 points behind. But as we know, Domino, and as we say every single week, there's no easy games in this league. There are no easy games.
No, and that's the hard thing, 8-Ball. To be fair to Regnum, we've seen them sit top of the table for a number of weeks now, 8-Ball. And usually it's, well, games in hand. They've kept winning their games, and when they've lost a couple, the other teams below them have dropped a couple of points. So no one's really been able to gain a huge margin. I think we were 2 weeks away, 2 weeks prior. GMASK had the games in hand. If GMASK won all the games, I think they were 3 points ahead. So it shows now that it weren't completely in Regnum's hands. You look at that league table with everyone to play and what you've got to do, it is 100% in Regnum's hands now.
Yeah, because like you said, Domino, 2-3 weeks ago we were looking at Regnum and they haven't lost a game since. They've been on 4 losses for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. And I think when you're not losing games in this league, even if you're drawing them, which they have been, unbeaten in 9, but 4 of those have been draws, so it's not been plain sailing. You can see the form on there. I've purposely picked the league table that shows you the form. You're welcome. 2 draws in there in their last 5, but 4 in their last 9. So it's not all going smoothly for Regnum, but it's pretty much as smooth as you're gonna get it for those boys. And then ROTE, disappointingly for them, I have no qualms in saying that 10th place for those boys, which they've seen a bit of a free fall down the league. They've been missing some key players like Ixie, who is back tonight, by the way. So they'll be welcoming him back with arms wide open. But those 2 up front, Domino, I'll bring up the team now. Arquez and Machiavelli. What can we say about them that we haven't already said about them, Domino?
I think you just go back and watch every stream we've had on them, and it will tell you our thoughts, because they've been incredible, April. They have genuinely been incredible. They're an unbelievable strike force. You compare them up against anyone else in the world, and I think that they come out in the top 5. They're fantastic. The ROTE boys themselves are a well-oiled team. Ixie, in my opinion, dropping into that cam position has been a fantastic cam. Really progressive player. And I'll tell you what, ROTE's form and ROTE's league table position does not do them justice. If they start clicking and they turn up, they're a hard game for anyone on the night. A difficult game for anyone on the night. If they, and that's what we say, April, it's consistency of ROTE, where they've got the ability to mix it and beat the best teams in the world. They just can't do it regular enough. But they've got the players to do it. If they turn the switch on here, Regnum will be in trouble.
Interesting, yeah. I mean, we saw them last season as well. They were second place for a long time in that league last season. They dropped off the pace a bit earlier this season, which again is a shame. It's just that longevity. They're 50 game seasons. They are long. Yep. Unless you're team GMASK from last season, I've never seen a team play. Nope. You know, I think they used 12 players in the whole season. And we've got them on next, by the way, and there's a few changes which we'll talk about there. But in terms of ROTE, unbeaten in their last 5, so again, good bit of form for those boys. Arquez on 36 goals this season, 11 assists, and Machiavelli 27 goals, 9 assists. So when we talk about this strike partnership, yeah, they're the kind of numbers, considering they're playing in these top leagues, they're the types of numbers that we are talking about. And on the flip side, just to put things into perspective for you, Stocks, their top goal scorer for Regnum, who are top of the league, on 13 goals this season. So it just shows you how potent those other 2 are on the other side. But it is Regnum who are top, and their talisman, top rated, you can probably guess it. It is Polga, 13 assists and 11 goals this season. Unbeaten in line, last beaten by FG 10 games ago now, because I saw them winning 4-2 against Galatasaray off stream, so make that 10. And again, extending their lead at the top, Domino. I think a lot of teams around the league, I mean, obviously they're going to have Pro Clubs Weekly on the stream, obviously, but I think a lot of teams will also have Mr. Polga stream. Just somewhere, keeping an eye on those games, hoping that they hit a potential banana skin. And like we said, Domino, why not make it ROTE?
And this is a potential banana skin, but I know you mentioned obviously the Strike Force and Polgish, they're unbelievable players. April, I think there is an unsung hero in this Regnum team, and I genuinely think it's Festic. Every time I've seen him play, he's been constantly 8 out of 10. He's never dropped. He's one of the most consistent performers in that position. He's economical on the ball. He gives that backline coverage. He cuts out the play. He starts the attack and he stops the attack. Watching him game in, game out, although the accolades and the stats might not show he's one of the best in the team, April, for me, he is one of their key players. Fantastic baller him.
And he's being partnered tonight by Romaninho, who has done a full he's done the full stint of that kind of front five now. He's played wide midfield. He's played on the wing. I've seen him in cam. Played most of the season as striker, and now he sits in with Festic, which I think is just... Again, I didn't see how it would work up front, and then he went and scored 2 goals on that stream. I was questioning it. I would love to see him play CDM Domino. I think Festic might have him on a bit of a leash just to make sure he doesn't go wandering, but it's either going to be a stroke of magic Domino, or...
I would have someone like that with Festic, because Festic can say he's got a position locked down. Let someone go out and help the attack. He will sweep across 8 ball. But we big game here, 8 ball. It's going to be interesting to see which one ROTE turns up, but very, very intriguing.
And it is ROTE at home as well in the all red kit from left to right. And it is league leaders Regnum BODRUM in the all white kit from right to left. Immediately over the top, looking for Arquez. 36 goals this season, takes it down under his spell, but phenomenal. Almost cuts Festic short. Good sweeping from him though. Takes it down in his stride. Good work from him. Stocks, the top goal scorer. Ixie back in the fold as well for ROTE. He is playing in that cam position site, as Domino said. Very, very tidy player. They will be welcoming him back with open arms. Frantic start to the game so far. Warren SG gets his first touch. Romaninho. You can see why this side are top of the league at the moment, because this stuff on the deck is silky.
Yeah, and what I like 8 ball is the tempo they play at. It's nice and easy 8 ball, 1 or 2 touches, people standing on the ball. All of a sudden, it's like an ignition spark happens, and it is back to front so quickly.
I think the good thing about Regnum is that they can mix it up as well, because we've just seen the 2 kind of weapons that they've got is they can play carpet football, and it's not carpet football where they do keep it on the deck just for the fun of it. They move it so quickly, and it almost makes it impossible for you to pick it off. And then just when you think they're going to do another kind of round of carpet football, they'll spray it long, they'll ping it long, and they'll make something stick with this front three, which have been firing on all cylinders this season and just getting the team results. I mean, how many times have we seen this Regnum side not be at 100%, not be a 10 out of 10, but they're coming away with 3 points every single time.
Yeah, and that's the main thing, and that's former champions, 8 ball, and you know that when you're in those trenches, in those hard games, and think, Jesus, how do we pick up a point, or how do we pick up 3 points there? It's those games that you'll never really look back on a season and think, that's what made our season, but generally it is. And that's another ball over the top 8 ball, and Phenomenal has to sweep that again across there. He's been really good.
I think he'll be well placed to play a couple of yards behind his other 2 centre-backs tonight, because that's twice he's had to sweep. And twice he has swept as well, and I think when you've got the likes of Ixie and Dex in that centre midfield, Didas as well, who can all pick part. I mean, we saw one of the assists of the season from Didas a few weeks ago from that wide right midfield. They are a side who know Maka and Arquez are going to run in behind. And to be honest, Domino, they're a midfielder's dream, those 2 up front, because to be quite honest, you know, we said about having Barry and Hannix alongside you, and me and you being able to play up front. We could play up front for this ROTE side and we'd still get a couple of goals this season, because this midfield is so good.
Yeah, and that's what you got to play to your striker strength. If you've got strikers that run behind, you need to be able to hit channels like that, 8 ball. And to be fair, I don't mind them doing stuff like that. What that will do is cause that Regnum line to keep dropping back. I thought he curved his run lovely, 8 ball. But playing those balls over the top and through, it's going to create that back line to carry on dropping back, because you're just going to be wondering about the ball in behind, leaving the space in midfield for Polgish to pick it up. Whether they're meaning that or not, 8 ball, it's fantastic. Not on Polgish, for Ixie to pick it up in there. And the more space that man has on the ball, the more danger he can do. And that's another great ball, 8 ball. Well,
even the likes of Arquez, if you want a new watch, here's one. Even the likes of Arquez and Machiavelli.
I didn't know what you meant then.
Especially Machiavelli, you know, they can drop short and they can make things tick. Get it? Yeah, some earbuds as well. I don't have an earbud joke because Swings it in though. Here we go. Didas does well. Not cleared yet. Heads it down to Polga. Good feet from him initially. Didas completes the clearance. 2 from 2. And that's the end of the adverts, fortunately. Polga, very, very deep, and that's why. Sprays it to top goal scorer Stocks, gives it to Warren SG. The overlapping man is Polga, gives it to Romaninho, the CDM, believe it or not.
I like it.
That's fully where I expected that man to be at playing CDM, and I'm guessing Festix at the base, funnily enough, on the halfway line somewhere. But good defending from ROTE. Swansea does well, sends his man for a Twix, keeps the ball. Romaninho looking to beat men in his own half. Gives it away to Machiavelli. Phenomenos there again, playing 5 yards ahead of his other centre-backs this time. Proving he can do it all. Over the top it goes. I mean, another 10 metres the other side, Domino, and that man was in.
Yeah, it's so. I like the prodding side. I like how they're not always going to try and play forward. You do have to try and, again, just create a different bit of rhythm in the game here, which ROTE are doing quite well. I do think it's very, very 50 at the minute, but that's an excellent ball
from Romaninho. What a save, big save. Tanzareke, we know he's a good goalkeeper. He came out, made his mind up early doors. He made the striker's mind up for him as well.
8-ball, love that. Came down, cut out the angle. And if you want an animation, that's exactly the one you want to make yourself as big as possible. Unlucky with the finish, but able a massive chance there. It just shows what BODRUM can do out of flick and switch, and that'll give him confidence to go up and do that again. And unfortunately, that ball doesn't get it through. 5 minutes left, 8-ball. Massive time for any team to score now.
Yeah, great through ball from Romaninho as well. I personally didn't see it at all, and that's why I'm up here and he's down there. But 5 minutes, Dex on the line, sends his man for a hot dog, slides it through to Machiavelli, who's going to find his strike part. No, it's not.
Unbelievable.
It gets back there. That's the wide midfielder, boys and girls. That is how you defend from wide areas. ROTE, though, finding their third, fourth gear. Machiavelli doesn't usually miss from there. Big save. 3 in a row. Is he going to keep it on? Yes, he is. Machiavelli smells blood. Gets to the byline, swings it in, blocked from Romaninho, but again, Chris Boris in goal for Regnum tonight. Big save, matching his opposite number, Tanzareke. Big save each from those two, and this game has come into life. Heads it down, Fisher Jupp to Arquez.
Couldn't find it, just couldn't adjust his feet enough with the ball bobbling around him. ROTE's got loads of players back here. Able should be able to handle this. Yeah, he's got the ball there. A minute at a time. It does need to go, and is in their half. It is 8-ball. This is the last chance saloon, and it is picked up, and that should be it. 8-ball.
Phenomenal again, Domino. Phenomenal by name, phenomenal by nature.
Phenomenal, la la la.
This is a different game from the game we just watched, Domino. This is. Yeah, this is 0-0 through no lack of trying. Both sides creating a couple of good chances either side, 2 massive chances for either side, and 2 massive saves from the goalkeepers, and it's thoroughly what we expect from the goalkeeping department in this league. They ruin our streams all the time by being really, really good, so if we could just stop that would be fantastic. But Domino, the football from both sides. This ROTE, by the way, if you're brand new to all this VPG stuff, ROTE are 10th in the league. Play some of the best stuff out there. It makes no sense ever.
I feel like you're lying until I see the league table 8-ball, and I think both teams done fantastically, but it's the both defensive threes 8-ball, but both the back four, should I say. Yeah. They've been exceptional, tracking runs in behind. If you want to know high level, high quality, just watch this game back. Watch the tracking of runs. Watch the aggressive defending when you need to. Watch the covering of the space. It's been excellent, and it's not for the want of trying, like you said, because the balls in behind have been of high quality. They've just been matching it defensively, and it's the exact same again. 8-ball, fantastic, phenomenal. It's Van Dijk-esque, isn't it, 8-ball?
It is.
Where he picks up that position, and he
is.
knows where to go. He knows where the danger to be. Smells the danger before it happens, and he just gets that 2 or 3 yards that he needs. And he's took it past him, 8-ball.
Oh, Warren SG just ran into his own player, but Swansea wins it back. Rote managed to get rid of it with a 80-yard clearance. Man goes down. I've genuinely never seen that before in all the games
Someone got pushed off the ball. That was fantastic.
I mean, they've got a free kick 90 yards away, so I don't know what that was for, but we move a very unorthodox free kick in their own box as well, but Rote get away with it. Arquez into Ixie. That's the combination they want, because then they can make this work, although Van Dijk is there. Once more, Phenomenal getting himself in the way. Romaninho looking for striker's feet. Ixie does well, but Festic wins it back because that's what he does. Stocks into Ixie this time, wins it back. Marv.
Oh, mate, I told you. I just told you, Festic again. It's
Rolls
just
Royce, baby, Rolls Royce.
He's just that guy, April. He is him. Earbuds back, April.
Stocks, come on, guys. It's a good price, to be fair.
That's not bad. The watch was over-expected. The watch was too
Yeah,
pricey.
I did think, yeah. Polga with the corner. 35 minutes left. 0-0. Near post is on. Swings it into the back post. Camp clears.
April, they got a let off there.
They
because
did,
I tell you what,
they really did.
It was either slightly lazy or it was very, very miscommunicated because they had so much time and it was not that much of a complex corner routine. They need to switch on for those positions.
Yeah, they don't want to get caught out having matched the league leaders for 60 minutes. Swansea exchanges passes with Warren. Good feet from him. Back six is on. Stocks gives it to his skipper. Gives it back to him. What a goal that is, Domino. What a goal that is. That's league leader-esque. Nobody else in the league is doing stuff like that. The 1-2, the two lots of 1-2 Domino were perfect. Don't forget to get your heights because you do not want to default this. 1-0 to the league leaders, Regnum BODRUM.
Hey, Abel, that was disgusting. Back to front, the play inside. It was clinical. When Polgish picked up their 8-ball, I was like, well, he's got the time to pull the trigger there. But again, the thing about that man is the IQ of him, the cleverness. If the pass wasn't on, he would have took the shot 8-ball, but he sees things. He reads the map differently to other people on the pitch. Unbelievable ball, finished to match it. And to be fair, not a mistake by Rote, they were just undone by quality football. But what is in these boys to try and get back in? Like you said, they're playing for nothing other than a little bit of table position here, 8-ball. How have they got something? Are they going to play sports?
I think that makes them dangerous, though, because they know they've got nothing to lose. They've already started chucking men forward now. We're going to have to see a different side to this Regnum side, and I think if they can get through this, they can't get through this because Didas there has a massive header. Any centre forward would have been proud of that one, but it's the wide midfielder. Look at that, leapt like a salmon, past Chris Iboras in the Regnum goal, and just like that, they are back on level terms. 8 minutes later, one apiece.
Yeah, and we talk about 8-ball tools. What have you got? In the last game, it was cross after cross after cross after cross, which is not a problem, 8-ball. But in this game, there's so many long balls over the top, balls through the middle. Yeah. I haven't seen Rote cross it until that moment there. He just got the right side of his man. The defence have done nothing wrong all evening, but that time he let it slip. Man got in front of him, the ball was perfect, and what a head it was. We've got a scramble going on here. Polgish picking the ball, 8-ball.
Swansea with fantastic. The skill blocked by Fischer. And if anyone ever asks me again, why do wide midfielders have aerial plus on, I'm just going to dig that out.
They're going to start with, you know that.
Say they will, yeah, even after they've seen the clip. Back sticks, headed out. Picked up by Ixie, fires it into Arquez. Good work from the boys in red. Here comes Dex to Machiavelli, who's been quiet from his high standards this second half.
Yeah.
Warren SG.
I think it was him that put the ball in. Other than the ball being put in, I think it was Machiavelli that put it in, 8-ball, which was a little bit naughty. But other than that, yes, he has been quiet from his standards.
Romaninho. Striker's feet is found. He's left his man for dead, and Dex has to sweep up behind. Does sweep up behind, but the last couple of corners, Regnum have looked good. Near post it is again. Wigwam this time. Finds Ixie once more. They are good at doing that. He's their playmaker, Domino. When the ball's coming out of goalkeeper or coming out of defence or defensive midfield, he's the man they're looking for. Exhibit A. He finds these two, Machiavelli and Arquez. Dex's turn. Swings it into the back post.
Hey,
We know this
Abel.
backhand header. Instead, he's headed it down.
What a
Chris
save,
Morris
Abel.
makes the save. Machiavelli again. Look how industrious that striker is. He's the perfect blend. And tell you what, that's a great interception.
Oh, Abel.
From
Oh, I love it. Abel, I love a flying centre half. It was
But
fantastic.
yeah, Didas almost picking up his second. Decided to head it back, which if I've scored one of those already, Domino, you know fine well I'm going for goal for that second one.
Yeah, absolutely, Abel. He's done it once already. I think that he might have just tried to change that narrative slightly.
Yeah.
As the keeper might be reading that. It was not a bad idea. The execution just wasn't quite 100% what he wanted. But massive, massive chance for ROTE to go and take the game here, Abel. 5 minutes still left. I've got a feeling we're not finished.
At the moment, they are still taking points off of the league leaders, which the teams around them will be more than happy with. It is definitely a game the likes of Fluminense, GMASK, Famalicão and Co. are going to be looking at thinking ROTE could do it. ROTE could do us a favour here for sure. And currently, they're doing them a slight favour. They want to go and score here. They'll be doing them a massive favour. It is Arquez tries to force it, but Romaninho's there, taking lots of chances like he does. Phenomenal. Emergency striker. That tells you everything about this Regnum side.
It's got to go. It's got to go early. It's got to go early.
Phenomenal's not there, Domino, so they've got a good chance. Are they settling for a point here? Maybe. Just maybe.
Oh, he's taking out 2 players,
He's done
Abel.
well to do that there, hasn't he? Didas inside.
2 players.
Marv. So they've
It's the wrong option,
Domino,
Abel.
again, they've just tried to
It was the
force
wrong
it for the
option.
second time. A great second half by 2 fantastic sides. I don't think the teams around the top, I don't think they'll mind that too much, but like I said, Regnum have got a default next, so it's a cool 6 points for them so far tonight, unless that other one was obviously in their Turkish league, which it may well have been. It was 2 Turkish sides. So watch this space is all I can really say. We'll update the league table on tomorrow's stream, or you can just go and visit the website, or there's an actual VPG app, which is all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Go view it all. Go and view it all. Right then, Domino. I mean, there's not much we can say about that second half, is it? It was just, it's times like that where 45 minutes of watching gameplay makes our job incredibly easy.
Oh, Abel. I mean, again, that's the easiest game we get to cover. It was mapped out in front of us. The football was on show. We just had to sit back and talk about the class that was on the pitch at the minute. Both teams doing themselves in real pride there, Abel. Coming out to win the game. There was no one pulling punches there. There was different tactics and there was mini chess matches going on throughout the pitch. It's a game you love to cover. Goals weren't there because the defenses were fantastic. It's a great... the goalkeepers, Abel. It's great advertising for that league. So fantastic. And Dex in the chat, Abel, saying thanks for casting. Dex, my man. No problem. Pleasure's all ours.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always our pleasure. Absolutely always our pleasure. And especially when we get 2 teams who come out to win. I like that. I like that a lot on both sides there. Showing what good attacking sides they are. Now, we have got the main event of the evening. Just get there. All three of them are main events. And we've got to be quick because the sides are going in to the game.
Class, go.
We know what the class 11 is anyway, because
Invezi's back though, that's good.
Invezi's back, Maigan's back, which is always good to see. Leo has been a great addition to this class side, and of course the danger man, Class Doyle. And the player I wanted to highlight, Domino, for Team GMASK was Antien, who's moved over from PMI Esports. He comes in for Raven tonight. I'm not sure if that's forced or not. And Yasin keeps his place up top alongside top rated, top goal scorer and top assister for this side, Gyro, aka Wembayama.
Yeah, and I tell you what, April, you're looking at a team, they've still got a solid back three, the midfield as it is, and they've still got one of my favourite, we're going across, and one of my favourite players to watch on the pitch, April. Like, again, people don't know this about me, but I'm going to tell you, just going to show my age, okay? When Abdel Tarat used to play, April,
Dom thinks he's the streets because he's not forgotten.
the guy, I just would watch the game to see him play. The guy was incredible. I wouldn't even care. I just wait for him to get the ball, and he'll do something clever with it, and I'm like, that's class. It's what Ladis gives me here, 8-Ball. The trickery that man has. The guy's so fun to watch. Like that young Neymar with just brash confidence, 8-Ball will go. He does get reined in, don't get me wrong. He has a manager like João Lukaku, which, I mean, I'm guessing everything's regimented in schedules. I guarantee GMASK have a diet plan if João Lukaku is in charge of that team. But I love the freedom they give him because he really does take that. Very familiar with this GMASK team.
Third place team GMASK. So they're in it. They're still in it. Last season's champions, of course, that absolute runaway league campaign where they used all of 12 players. And they just smashed everyone. I think they went like 23 games winning in a row, which I'd never seen done at this level before. They're still in it. We can have a look at the league table actually because we've got a little bit of time. But you can see it's complicated. Like the relationship status on this league table it's complicated because there's just so many. There's so many games to play without there being so many games to play. There are 50 games for those of you who are weak at maths, Domino. And there's just too many things going on, but you can see they're in it. Depending on how they got on in the last game, 2 wins does take them to within 2 points. Sorry, quick maths. It's been a long day. It takes them within 2 points of Regnum, and of course, ROTE just made them drop 2 points. So it very may well be all honours even, and you can see the goal difference there as well with Team GMASK too. So everything to play for, but if you're looking at the league table and looking for class down in 18th and you think this is going to be an easy win for Team GMASK, think again, because this class side are a plucky bunch, but also they're a very good footballing side as well, and the players they keep bringing in, I've always said this about class, they just know how to make a good signing, Domino. They just know how to make a good signing.
It's proper recruitment, and to be fair, positions where they play. I am a massive fan of Invezi. I think the guy is quality throughout the pitch. When they put him to Cam, I was like, I don't know if that suits his game, 8-Ball, and I don't know if it was against the FG last week or the bonus hunter game. Out of this world, 8-Ball. It's like he's played that his whole life. The balls he was picking up, the talisman in carrying the team, the progressive passes. I was like, man was born to play Cam. Good players can play anywhere, but I think it shined a light on Invezi. So I'm excited to see him back in Cam 8-Ball because he's a world-class player, world-class operator.
Yeah, that front three, Team GMASK will definitely have to watch out for them. Invezi, Leo, and Class Doyle, of course, Class Doyle. 16 goals, 12 assists this season. Not hitting the heights of last season, of course. Yeah. But he's always a danger. Shisui is in the chat. Good evening to you, sir. He says, come on, class. Don't give the Prem to GMASK. It would be back-to-back titles for Team GMASK. Should they go on to lift the trophy, they will be... I genuinely think they would have watched some of that last game. 1, because it's Regnum, obviously, over top. 2, because obviously we were hosting it, so of course they're going to watch it. But I think that's the boost that this GMASK side need.
Yeah, they've got to be able, dropping points like that in those kind of games. Oh, 8-Ball.
They can't get rid of it. They cannot get rid of it. João Lukaku this time swinging into the back post, falls to Wembiyama. Cleared.
The guy getting on the ball
as far as Antien, Aegon goes back to Stink in the goal for Class and says, just get your arms around it and just calm it down, because Class had about 8 chances to clear this and Doyle's just picked the wrong option there. Valdi sweeps up Wakabayashi. They'll have a hard time beating that man. Constantly in inspired form, but Antien, Domino, what a signing that is for a massive side.
Massive signing, 8-Ball. And the difference here is, excellent there.
Diddy on the overlap, back post. Breaks into the box, has to put the brakes on. Migan takes it down, edge of the box is on. It's Invezi, gets the shot off.
Fair play.
Chris Rendell, who sits at the base of midfield tonight, behind the new signing Antien and Christitos. It is Raven who misses out tonight. Ball comes in, Benny LFC, good physical presence at the back for this Class side. Migan. Who I thought could have done more, Domino, with that ball into the back post. Don't get me wrong, he had to put the brakes on, but again, he's another player who's got high standards, especially when we are hosting, Domino. He normally does well, pops up with a goal or two.
Oh,
Speaking of which...
fantastic keeping. Fantastic keeping.
Stink does well. Does really,
yeah,
really well.
And you've got to be brave in those situations, 8-ball, and because you can make yourself look foolish if you just get a little chip.
Well, if he'd given Joan Lukaku time to take it down, it's lights because he wasn't going to miss from there. Christitos, edge of the box to Wembyama, top goal scorer Wembyama, Agard and co. Do well, leaving the two strikers up front, but Guillem wins it, heads it down to Domino's favourite player. Streets will not forget Lattis Jr.
Well, Abdel Tarap.
Glass Doyle gives it to strike partner Leo. Guillem is there again.
Ball's over the top, 8-ball. Oh, what a tackle.
Yeah.
He was free and clear, 8-ball. That needed to be made. And here he is, 8-ball.
Yeah,
here
wrong
he
side.
is.
That's
here
not where you want him
is,
to be. Looking to send a man for a Twix. Yasin to Chris Rendell. Slides it through to Christos. Edge of the box. Agard having a good start to the game. Completes the clearance. A bit further this time, but like a tractor beam, Guillem. Just keeps coming back to him. Stink's having a fantastic game so far. Of course, they go long to Glass Doyle. I think that's 3 headers won so far with 22 minutes into the game.
And sometimes when he wins it, I'm like, well, can he do it against the best in the world? This shows 8-ball. He can do it against any opposition ever. If he's doing it against that back 3 8-ball, it's incredible. Genuinely, it's sometimes speechless.
Totally agree. Guto down to his captain, Joan Lukaku on that far side. Wembyama tries to cutesy slide it through to the on-running player. Cut out. Here is Glass Doyle, runs into an absolute brick wall. So far on the deck, apart from that one chance down this near side, he might be off.
What?
Stink saved it. He was not offside. I have no idea how he wasn't offside. It's almost like the game with that goalkeeper animation. Stink, what a fantastic save that was. But that animation, I had never seen that, and I'd never seen it in real life either. Wembyama keeps it alive. We'll talk about that once the ball goes out.
I need to.
Edge of the box. It is Christitos. Big block by Benny. They want to head home again is what they want to do, because Stink's their best player at the moment.
Oh, 8-ball. They are getting just dragged into
there
this
it
deep
is.
water.
There it is. And go down, Stink. Go down. What a big save, though.
8-ball. I don't even ever see that thing with the robotical goalkeeper and Lionel Messi trying to shoot against it, and he just keeps diving and blocking it. That was like that hand. It was like, nope.
100%. 100%. Big save. And to be honest, I thought he was offside. I don't know what's happened there. He got kicked up in the air. No booking for it, though. And we'll restart 10 yards in from the halfway line. It's been all Team GMASK mind. That one cross that came in to the back post from Maigan. And I do believe the team talk at the start of this game, Dominic, for class, I would think has kind of been how the game has gone. Don't expect too much, but when we get them, take those chances. And at the moment,
it's great ball, 8-ball. Really good by Stinks as well. And the best thing about Stinks right there is bravery, 8-ball.
Yeah.
He's coming out and collecting everything. And
no, he's gonna have to come and collect this as well. He's hesitating. We were just saying how good he was. The decision making, and Yasin, Domino, I've got it here in the last 2 streams. So Yasin's got 6 goals all season. We know what happened with Rayo leaving. That's 3 in 3 on streams, Domino. For once, we might be someone's good luck charm.
8-ball, you know who else good luck charm we are.
Well, it's not Stinks.
Stinks had a great game, 8-ball. I tell you, it's every single time the positivity, the bravery. He's hit it at him. I thought he had the chance to come out and clear that 8-ball.
Yeah, and Team GMASK are smelling blood here, looking to put this class side to the sword. 1 goal down. I don't think class can have too much of a complaint, but 1 goal down, but 2 goals down. I think they would feel a bit aggrieved, because as good as GMASK have been, I wouldn't say they've created clear-cut chance after clear-cut chance, but a very dangerous side is this GMASK side when they get their tails up, and at the moment they truly do. Ball over the top to Chase. Valdi says nope, and that will see us through to half-time. It is 1-0 to Team GMASK, the reigning champions, looking to make it 2 in the last 2 seasons after BODRUM slipped up. I wouldn't say slip up because ROTE are a bloody good side, but they dropped points away to ROTE. Team GMASK not only smelling blood in this game, but in the league as well, Domino.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, 8-ball, because last game was first v 10, and you couldn't really see the difference in there. This is third versus 18, where in the nicest possible way, you might be able to see a difference. GMASK have been incredible. Class have done so well to defend in firefighting situations because they've had to. GMASK have just been a lot better on the ball, a lot more economical. The chance of flowing, they look dangerous every time they come forward. Class have actually done well to keep this 1-0 down, if I'm honest with you. But we know what they've got in their locker. We know they know they can go up to Class Doyle. The knockdowns are there. They have got bullets in the chamber, 8-ball. They just need to play with a little, caution to the wind at the minute, 8-ball, and try and fight fire with fire at a minute, but it might be a little bit harder, especially here. Drops his saves. I love him. I love him, 8-ball.
Be as casual as you like, but Yasin again looks to be in fine form at the moment. Dropped the shoulder, got it onto that left foot, struck it well, but stinks equal to it, heads it home, and probably the busiest player on the park, other than maybe the front 3 or 4 of Team GMASK. But yeah, Dom, like you said, they've got the guns, they've got the weapons to do it, but I think Class of, I think they know Team GMASK are a good side, but Team GMASK are actually playing well and a good side, and it's almost double jeopardy, because we've seen plenty of games where Team GMASK have won but didn't even get to second or third gear, because a lot of the times they don't have to. But yeah,
and do you know what, again, what a causing factor here is right there. Class have lost the ball nearly lost the ball very, very close to their own goal. When teams like GMASK get success from this repeated press, guess what? The press gets heavier, it gets tighter. It gets a lot more relentless. Where if you look at GMASK giving the ball away in dangerous areas, if they're giving the ball away, it's in the final third, and that's after trying to take on a man or play a killer pass. It's just being more economical on the ball.
We know fine well as Juan Lukaku's side loves the press. Yasin, the goal scorer, shifts it on. That was goal bound, Domino. William does well. I think it might have beat Stink, although he'll tell us otherwise. Leo wins it back. Good work from him. That was close, because he had the whole of the Etihad to run into there. But yeah, Domino, we know a GMASK side loves a press, and yeah, spot on, because I wouldn't want to play against GMASK anyway, but when you chuck their press into it, it's just a scary thought for me. And I think that's when we have to give praise to Class, because I think playing against GMASK is a lot harder than it looks. And to just be 1-0,
mentally taxing. It's just mentally taxing.
Wembyama's literally ran through about 4 players. Agard could only clear it off for a corner because there was nowhere else to go, because the press again was so heavy. And yeah, fair play to Class, because without that, I'm going to say it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Guto heads it down. That's no mistake. Yasin stabs it in. Stinks there again. Good positioning. And I think that's the only thing I would say about Class is they're playing well. And you said at half time they won't mind being a goal down. I think if GMASK had created something like we saw in the road game, if you could seed a goal from a team playing some good football, you can kind of take it on the chin. Class have played so well, defended so well, the goalkeeper's been the best player on the pitch, and they conceded in an odd fashion again. He's the most casual goalkeeper you've ever seen, but he's still playing a blinder, and he's more than making amends. I tell you what, he's just hit the crossbar from 30 yards. There's nothing Stink could do about that. Travella from 30 yards, crossbar and down, Frank Lampard-esque. Class are staying in this, and do you know what? Maybe BODRUM are watching this one, Domino, because they don't have a game now. Maybe they're cheering on Class right now.
And it's still 1 goal, 8-ball. There's always that one chance, that one opportunity.
As Eminem once said. Stink goes long. 20 minutes for Class to ruin this party that GMASK are hoping to create. And it's going to be an interesting league table at the end of today. It's going to be an interesting league table at the end of tomorrow and Thursday, and eventually next Monday, because that is when this league ends. and we're not going to know who's going to win until that Monday, because there'll be 3 or 4 games to play at that point, and if you're Black Sheep, there'll be about 14 games to play. So
well done by Class Doyle.
Yeah,
What he does best, 8 Ball, the relentless, and when we miss that from him, and
Chris Rendell put everything on the line to get across there, and Joan Lukaku must be thanking his lucky stars that he was there, because it's a massive tackle just when Class looked to be building something, and it set them right up the other end of the pitch as well. And it's just possession for possession's sake at the moment, Domino. They're probing without being too direct, because they know they'll go win it back in a press. Good win by Diddy. Here we go, 2v1. Leo waits on the ball. We know this man loves a goal.
Oh, 8 Ball, that's a great tackle. It's outside the box, 8 Ball.
It was a lot further outside the box than I thought. He'll take that all day. So it's going to be a quick one, though. Here we go. Palmed away by Wakabashai. First time he's been called into action. Maigan back post. Leo heads it down, looking for Betty LFC. Invezi back sticks. Great ball. Headed down. No one there other than Valdi. Clearance. Backs against the wall. Wembanyama back there. Shows you how desperate they are to defend this 1-goal lead. And Class.
This is it for Class, 8 Ball.
Yeah,
this is it where you've got GMASK push 15, 20 yards deeper. We know how good Class on the ball, and what you can't do is this, 8 Ball. Just inviting that press onto you again, and it's looking like they're creeping up the field, and they're going to start squeezing it around you. But it was much better from Class. Yeah, 8 Ball. It was just too much at the back. Once the fire's hot, you got to strike with that iron, 8 Ball.
Totally agree. Easier said than done, but totally agree.
Absolutely.
Class Doyle again wins his 18th header of the match. Valdi though wins his 18th tackle of the match.
What a shot there.
Goes long, finds Agard, who's had a great game. I mean, the whole back four have had a fantastic game. And again, yeah, Donovan, like you said, it's just, don't get me wrong, they don't want to chuck it.
That's so much better. Look at the tempo, 8 Ball.
Yeah, they would take a point here, so they know they don't need to go and get 2 goals here. Would they want a goal? Absolutely, but if they can get a goal in the 90th minute rather than the 86th minute, I'm sure they'll take the 90th, because it just leaves more time for GMASK to go and get a winner against them. So they're being patient. I respect that. They're definitely going for it. There's method behind the madness. BODRUM, if you're watching, respect it. But Yasin, the goal scorer, the match winner at the moment, Wembanyama just strayed, or perhaps the pass before him, so didn't look off.
You've got to be looking at that line, 8 Ball. You've got to be looking at that line, especially when you had an opportunity to run it down the pitch.
That's not what Invezi intended there. We're going to take this into 90+ minutes here. Joan Lukaku has it in the corner. Odd choice from him. Leaves one on his man. He's kicking for field position though. He won't mind that. And you know what? He did actually foul Maigan, and he didn't get anything for it. And that's because he is the gaffer of the reigning champions, and you get away with murder, and he did there.
Gonna be last chance here, 8 Ball.
Chris Rendell, take him out, son. Team GMASK do what they need to do. Former champions? Question mark? Who knows? But Class played their part. Couldn't take points off of GMASK, not just for themselves, but for the teams around them. Team GMASK picking up maximum points. A race for the title heats up even more, Domino.
8 Ball, it's what we needed from tonight. As much as Regnum didn't want to drop points to ROTE, and GMASK winning there, I know Regnum got the pass with the 3 points, but it all sets us up for tomorrow, the Thursday, and then for that decider on Monday. And what a decider will be. Do we know if they play each other in the final? In the final night? Do we know this?
I mean, if I know anything about VPG, then probably. Do you know what? We never ever do this on stream. We never do this on stream, but I actually need to know, and I'm really sad I didn't look at it before. Give me, because I'm the fastest person around this website, I can find you anything within seconds.
Right, who Regnum got?
Right, so Regnum have got... No way.
When is it? When is it?
No way. Tomorrow at 9:15, Team GMASK taking on Regnum, followed by Empire versus Regnum, and then on the last day of the season, Regnum taking on Familacao. They have got to play a lot of good sides and a lot of sides who will be there or thereabouts, whether they like it or not. But join us. Join us tomorrow, even if you just come for that game. It's gonna be it's going to be a massive game. Regnum got to play GMASK, Empire, Drift, Heritage, UK Champ, and Famicao. They are their 5 games remaining. I mean, on a usual day, if you get 9 points out of that, 10 points maybe, 11, let's say a loss and a draw only.
That's their last 5 games in this league.
That's their last 5 games in this league. That's their only 5 games left. I mean, they got the 3 points from the default, and they got the 1 point from ROTE. But
that's a run, April.
That is a run. That is a run.
I reckon you take the scalp of GMASK. In my opinion, April, if they take that scalp of GMASK, they go on and win it. It'll give you such confidence to go to your title challenges to go on and win that. Now, obviously, Fama have an outside chance of getting it.
Well, do you want me to show you the GMASK?
Go on.
Games remaining. I mean, to be fair, I've picked the right screen so I can actually show you it. Regnum tomorrow for Team GMASK at home as well. Then they've got bonus hunters, which I feel bad. I'll go with the league table because it's all I can go from. Bonus hunters are 22nd. You don't need me to say anything. That bonus hunters know, and bonus hunters know me. I know them. Say no more. Then it's Team GMASK versus Famicao. That's the one nobody's calling right now.
Haven't got an outside chance here, April. They've got an outside chance. I'm telling you, they're playing both the teams ahead of them.
Yep.
They have got an outside chance. Who sits in? Is it For the Win that sit in second?
Fluminense.
We've got to do the Famicao now because if they've got GMASK and Regnum, and they also have who's the last team?
I mean, they've got all their games to play still, but look at that. So they got Class tomorrow, which I think watching that game, if I'm a Famicao player, I think they'd fancy that. Empire For the Win, Team GMASK, absolutely not. Away from home as well. Then they got Fenner on the last game of the season. Regnum second last game of the season. It's not finished, Domino. It is not finished. There are twists and turns. Notice Fluminense don't play any of these, by the way.
Mate, outside chance as well. Like, they could all be taking points each other. Fluminense could just be behind with the brush and the pad and just be like, thank you very much.
Dark horses for sure. Let's have a look. Esports Prem, Heritage, Fenner, BLACKSHEEP, One Mind, Digital Empire. That's a tricky run, I can't lie.
That is a tricky run, but I tell you what, if you look at if you give any other teams those runs, you'd probably take Fluminense, right?
I don't know, because sometimes when you're up there, you want to play against other good sides because you want to take points off them.
No, not me, Abel.
Not you, no. Because if Fluminense can go and win all of those games, but if BODRUM go and win all those games, then it doesn't matter. Whereas if Fluminense will play in BODRUM, that's the only, you trust yourself to take points off teams rather than someone else. But, there's no point in us looking at we're looking at the fixtures going, oh yeah, who's got a good run, who doesn't have a good run per se. I know it's fun to do because there's no easy games other than these defaults at the moment, which I think there might be 2 in the league, which now none of those top 4 have got. And apologies if we've completely missed you off, and statistically you can still win the league, because I'm sure that actually makes sense for quite a few sides because there are so many games. I mean, look, Empire are there as well. They're 13 points behind the league leaders, 2 games in hand. So again, I'm sure they can do it. Same goes for the Win. I mean, even Digital are up there. I can't do it. I can't do it. You will put me in an early grave if you even get involved. If you even get involved with these top guys. So just do us all a favor, Digital. For my health, don't. But Fenner, look, VLG, FG. Yeah, it's taking a bit actually. But they've got 12 games left to play. They've done their best Black Sheep impression, for God's sake. So, I mean, you've got to laugh, ain't you? You've got to laugh. 32 games. We're in the last week of the season. So, yeah, I mean, that was a very, very long-winded way of saying make sure you tune in for the rest of the season, because it's going to be all over the place, and it's anyone's. It's absolutely anyone's to win.
Hey, Paul. Oh, I'm excited for tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, make sure you join us for that first versus third. I'm not going to say the winner wins the league, because quite clearly there's a lot more drama to happen. But winner puts themselves in a very, very good position, put it that way. And yeah, we trust that we will see you tomorrow, boys and girls. So thank you very much for tuning in. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, of course, because this is the one that's got the streams on. But then also to Pro Clubs Weekly. We do everything Pro Clubs, funnily enough. On more of a daily basis. We really need to change the name, Domino. I'm sick of me suggesting we do things weekly when it's daily.
Day Club Weekly looks like...
it sounds
Pro
like
Clubs Daily.
It sounds like something else.
It sounds like we're at care home.
We'll go and think of a name. You guys just make sure you tune back in tomorrow. Cheers, guys.
See ya.